Welcome everybody. We are playing Civilization VII here on an iPad mini screen. I'll zoom in on the Empire so you guys can get a state of things. It's really starting to develop here. You know, we got some farms, we got a few buildings, whatnot. It's not. How do I tell what's in a given tile? I'll find it out. But currently, we're building a brickyard. We have one warrior who has been kind of chasing, I think, an enemy. Here? Where's my warrior? There you are. There was an enemy that came through here, I think, and we were originally having the warrior go explore north, but then I think, sent him south, and then we came back up north because of the threat. So we'll probably keep the warrior within a general, 4-tile loop. So we have, some protection for our capital. I don't get enough vision to see over the mountains there? Ah, that stinks. Okay. Next turn. Wait, where's my, where's my scout? Oh, it's over here. A trader has obtained a cargo of spices from afar. The weightless herbs crumble to dust in the hand and are sure to become a sensation before long. Sample the herbs, which will give culture and happiness, or take the seasonings home, which will give food. I think we want the food. I'm going to take the food. Yep. Because we're going to be growing a settler as well and expanding. So, getting the extra population is helpful. Your city has grown in population. Select a tile. Add improvement. Add an improvement to claim that tile's yields and upgrade the tile from unimproved to rural. What if we did this? Do we want to do this or this? The construction thing or the winery thing? This unimproved tile will become an improvement. Touch to show yields. Receive plantation, which gives me food. Gives me a lot of food. All right. No! 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 We're reloading. I'm sorry. No. I've said this before. If you've watched the previous episodes, you know. I'm gonna wait for the voice to go.
So great that its residents call it simply Kashasa, the kingdom. Commanding trade routes and the
I want her to shut up so I can speak. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Okay. Command units. If we didn't lose much time, if this was in the middle of it and we didn't have an autosave, I would completely just go back. But we really didn't lose so much time. The reason, though, that I did that is, look, I'm sorry, but when I know explicitly I want to do something or I'm checking something, and because of the touchscreen controls on my iPad mini, I confirm a choice that I didn't even mean to confirm, where there's no confirm button. I just hit it. And this kind of happened in the first episode. It's not look, this is not a game where I'm trying to accurately hit the buttons necessarily. So if it's something where I'm obviously not trying to do that, I was trying to think towards the plantation no matter what, then I'm just going to do the reload. That's my logic on it. So I do reloads, I think, for something like that. I'm not going to try and do reloads if it is me making a bad decision that I regret. If I intentionally made that decision, it's not me literally just fat fingering it, then I will live with it. But for something like this, I genuinely wanted to build a plantation. I was curious about learning more about what was in that tile, that alternative tile. I was not planning to select that tile. New resource. Recent expansions allowed you to improve a wine resource. Yes, this is part of the reason why I wanted to improve this tile. I saw that wine. So in addition to the food and stuff, resources grant bonuses or abilities to a city that holds the resource to your entire civilization. Wine has this effect: +2 happiness in the capital and +5 culture when in celebration. This is an empire resource, so it affects your entire civilization. With that in mind, I'm actually really happy that we kind of took this over we took the food over the culture and happiness thing, because we were able to fast track getting the wine here. So our citizens are going to be really happy and drunk on that wine. Remember, buildings cannot be placed atop resources, so growing atop them is a great idea. So, okay. So for resources like, plantations, we want to make sure we're building those tiles. This is a good use, I think. Let me know if I'm doing something wrong, though. I often do things wrong. Oh, no. Oh, God dang it. I hate it when it does that. Like, randomly, it will, flip the screen, and it's like, I don't want to orient it that way. And when I don't want it to do it, it will do it as well. It's like, it's silly. Visions in the grapes. A diviner drinks deeply from the wine bowl and makes a proclamation. A sea of unfamiliar faces is on the way. Prepare to welcome migrants. Prepare to face an army. What? +1 migrant. +1 warrior. What do the migrants do? I genuinely do not know what the migrants do. Does that mean I get +1 to population? Prepare to welcome migrants or prepare to face an army. Can I come back to the choice, or do I have to choose now? Gentle volcanic eruption. Kalud has erupted. Thankfully, the damage appears light. So, is that the volcano up here? The volcano that I've been saying I want to settle near. I'm wanting to reproduce Pompeii for some reason. Do I have anything I immediately want to improve here? So the migrant's kind of like the equivalent of a worker, sort of. So I can either get another warrior, which could be helpful here, particularly if I want to try to be going to war, or if I expect to have a threat. You know what? We're Xerxes. We are going to get the warrior. We don't need to welcome migrants. We take them over with our army. The migrants will be joining our empire whether they like it or not. The start of the authoritarian Misha Turtle Island regime here. So there's a slinger there. You know what? I like that I got this warrior now. I am appreciating this because, now there's a slinger coming here. I have one warrior there, and I have another warrior back here too, and I have my scout. All hanging around. I don't want to go attack him. I don't want to do that. Who are you? Are you like a city state? I haven't met you yet. We'll probably meet you next turn, whoever you are. Warrior. Can I have you... Will you be able to reach them? I can reach them. Major victory. Since we are a warrior facing a slinger, we will have... Oh, and we get like Hammerani Council? I don't exactly know what that is. Is that like one of our bonuses as Xerxes? How do I see the special things that he gets? Crusher of Rebellions is a... Okay. Leader abilities. Crusher of Rebellions. +3 combat strength for units that are attacking in neutral or enemy territory. Gain 100 culture and 100 gold per age when you capture a settlement. Okay. So, since they're technically not in our territory, we get that bonus. So, we're going to do this. So, we have a big advantage. And this will be good, too, to get our... warriors more experience in general. Isn't that pretty, guys? I think it looks like it's such a pretty game. So we'll just let him keep fighting it out there. But the animation is very cool. I don't think I have it set to the highest resolution. Guys, I don't know if this game works on Mac with Apple Arcade. I had to test that. I'll test it on my Mac because people are usually curious about different devices. I've been even playing some games on my original iPad. My original iPad being not like original. My iPad 7, not my iPad 7 inch. My iPad 7th generation. I got it for essentially $30 because I was meant to get a 128 gigabyte version. They sent me a 32 gigabyte version. It apparently had a scratch and dent in it, but in my opinion, it came like new. There was no issues with it. So they did like a partial refund. I'm like, hey, I don't want to pay like $70. That's what I paid for. I was originally going to use it as a monitor, like an extra screen primarily to do kind of cast, like or sidecar, whatever it is, where you kind of make your iPad into an extra monitor with your Mac. And you need, I think it's like iPad 7th generation or later to do that. So that was perfect because it's still a very beautiful screen. But because it was 120 gigabytes and 32 gigabytes, to be honest, like, and I don't feel like I wasn't being unreasonable. 32 gigabytes in 2026 for an iPad that can only get up to iOS 18, but like, you know, that barely holds the OS itself. And you can download a couple games, maybe a TV show or two. Like, it's really tough to have an iPad on that. So either way, though, when it's a $30 iPad, whole different story. That being said, though, that only has 3 gigabytes of RAM. So some games, by the way, will only work on certain iPads and certain iPhones. So this game, Civilization 7, by the way, from Apple Arcade. If you have Apple Arcade, the subscription service from Apple, it's automatically included. I think you can also purchase the game as a standalone game, though. You need, I think, an iPhone 15 or later, because I tried to download it on my iPhone 14 Pro Max, and it said, nope. So I think it needs a little bit more RAM. It needs more of a processor. So I put it on the iPad mini. I played this game as well on the iPad Pro. I might have an episode of this on the iPad Pro, or I might do a parallel Let's Play, Another Nation, on the iPad Pro. So we'll have 2 Let's Plays. Maybe you guys want that? How's that sound? We want to encounter some enemy units. We don't want to be overwhelmed, but encountering them is not bad because it gets our units more experience points, which will make them stronger if we get into a war with a rival nation early on. We still haven't really encountered a rival nation, which is kind of crazy because I selected like standard map size, and I feel like we've been, you know, exploring a decent amount here. Like, did I only pick a few nations? Maybe. Next turn. Also, guys, I love to say, if you are enjoying this series, by the way, you can make sure that you can follow this by following the channel. We're primarily posting this on YouTube. That's where most of our videos are going at this point. I do occasionally post on other channels, TikTok, Substack, but I tend to find most people consistently will be able to find it on YouTube better. So even though people might be able to find it on, for example, Twitter, what I tend to find is like it might get 50 views or whatever on Twitter. Sometimes that's more than like what I'm getting on these civilization videos here, but like on YouTube at least. But then no one will ever watch it or go out of their way to find it on Twitter. Like no one watches older videos, you know, on Twitter. So like they're trying to be a video site, but I don't really think Twitter or X, whatever it wants to call itself now, can really be a video site. So YouTube is a video site. That's primarily why I post my stuff here. Higher resolution stuff is also helpful here, even though you can actually do up to 4K on Twitter and stuff. So I kind of primarily do YouTube and TikTok are probably where you want to be following me most. And I have more of my writing stuff probably on Substack, occasionally on Twitter and stuff. But like that's mainly like video game thoughts and whatnot, which is fine. I guess like if you want to like get into that, but usually I post like the highlights and stuff on the channel. So I know some people don't want to spend time on Twitter, and I honestly don't blame them. Yeah, I think there's some great things on every social media site, but also it's like, if it's not your vibe, you're not going to like it at all. Because like, sometimes I'll open the app, and its video recommendation engine is honestly terrible. Like, I'll go and be switched from like a video of watching like a car to some protest in a third world nation that I've never expressed interest in this. So like it just pops up. And then like some like I don't know, far right guy battling some far left guy on some weird show that I don't want to watch. I want to watch my own weird show. Who are you? I'm curious that I cannot just see what you are. That was a weird way to word that. I'm sorry. I'm playing this late at night. I tend to play my Civilization 7 Let's Play later at night compared to the other ones. Command units. But I hope you guys are enjoying it. We're playing this one on Sovereign difficulty. I think if I do the parallel one on the iPad Pro, I think what I'm going to do is I'll up that, guys, to... What's the difficulty above Sovereign? One above Sovereign? King? I don't know. It used to be King when you were playing on Civ 5 and I think Civ 6. So I'll check out whether or not it's King or whatever it is. I want a challenge. I don't want it to be artificially difficult. For example, like there's some things where I remember loving to watch this, like other YouTubers or Let's Plays, where it'd be like someone playing Civ 5 or Civ 6, usually Civ 5, and doing like Immortal or Deity, whichever one was highest for that, and having to be like perfect. But that sometimes got perfect to the degree where it was like, okay, if you get one tile wrong, it completely messes you up, which is, I guess, maybe for some people fun, but like, you know, that's not completely the point of why I play Civilization. I also don't play multiplayer either. Like, I'm looking to kind of have a pretty fun experience. When I was younger, I think I would try to be one of those optimization people. But now I'm kind of like someone where I want the challenge as I get older in gaming in general. This is not just a Civ thing, but it's my talk on gaming in general here. As I get older in general, I just kind of want to play games that might give me a challenge, but I can still proceed. I tend not to like Dark Souls, for example. Not because I think Dark Souls is a bad game series in any way. And I understand why people love it. And I think I would like the Dark Souls games a lot more if I was playing them when I was younger. But I just don't really have the patience to like redo a section with hard enemies. And the answer is just get good. Yeah, sure, get good. I don't want to get good. And it's okay to not want to get good, especially when it's like just a video game. The point of video games is to have fun. So I want to get better, but I don't necessarily want to get good at Civ 7, at least at this point. Sometimes I want to get really good. Like if I have a few games that I continue to play over the years, Civ, TF2, for example. But I'll end that tangent there and get back to the game for a second. Major victory if we do this. So we get a ding because it's a damaged unit, but they're also a damaged unit. We still get the Hammurani Council benefit because we're fighting outside of our territory. Because, of course, we're a crusher of rebellions here. These are like our troops in the movie 600, where they're like the best of the best on Persia. I shouldn't say that, though, because in 600 they get their butts kicked for the most part by King Leonidas and the Spartans, at least until they... Spoiler, guys. If you don't know about that battle, you don't know about the movie 600, not 600, 300 in the year 2026, you know, they're eventually able to overwhelm the Greeks with just like pure numbers, essentially. You know, 300 is an underrated movie, I'm not going to lie. That actually was not as big a victory as I thought it would be. Like, we did 30 damage, but they did 25 damage. Here, we're still... Luckily, they're still not in our territory. That's good. I'm glad that they didn't move into our territory, and then we lost that debuff. That would stink. Can we just knock them out here and win? Oh, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Guys, the camels were watching there. Our camels had the bird's eye view there. Oh, isn't this cool? I can rotate it like this. I didn't even know this was a thing. Oh, wow. Okay, I can't like have it set this way, but I can like see different sections of my empire. This is cool. Guys, good job. You are getting the Medal of Freedom or Honor, whatever it is for our Persian Empire here so far. I'm very proud of how you represented our nation. Again, this is like what can I see what resolution I have set for you guys? Options. Game. Okay, I didn't have to see on the main screen, but like essentially, so there's 8 players. What's crazy? I was asking before, how many players do we have in this? There's 8 players on this map, and I've only encountered like kind of towns and villages, pretty much, which is interesting to me. But I was saying like I was trying to find the visual, like the quality, and I think this is like medium. So like if you have an even newer iPad, this will look even crisper. Or if you get to play this on an iPhone, like one of the newer iPhones, I bet with the iPhone 7 have an even better display than the iPad mini. I think it's a lot of fun to game with the iPad mini, and the iPad mini is better for me to play games than my iPhone 14 Pro Max. Even though the iPhone 14 Pro Max has an OLED screen and kind of like smoother motion, the iPad mini has the 8 gigabytes of RAM. It's just more of a beast for gaming in general, is what I find. You know, attacked your warrior was attacked by Caithness. What's Caithness? Is Caithness a... They're not a civilization. That's my understanding. They're not a civilization, right? Let me go get this scout here. Actually, let's use the... Wait. Can I not use the telescope thing there? Oh, I'm out of moves. Never mind. Next turn. Expand. Your new settler is ready to expand the reach of the Persian civilization with a new settlement. As with the first, look for fertile land with good yields and close access to water. Guys, we have to decide where we want our city to be. 1 second, guys. I'm just checking something. I'm trying to like check something on the Civ wiki. Okay. Summary. As core settlement represents the permanent rehabilitation of people from one land to another, why do settlers relocate? Who owns the land where they settle? Are there consequences for this movement? Throughout history, settlers have occasionally arrived in truly uninhabited land, but most of the time, newcomers and existing populations must negotiate the new status quo, sometimes violently, sometimes peacefully, and often a combination of the two. In many ways, settlers represent beginnings, with all the anticipation and danger that comes with them. Yeah. Sometimes I speak too fast, and then I kind of combine my words there. I'm too excited. I'm trying to think of where do you guys have a preference on where I should settle? If you do, so before I sell for sure, what I'm probably gonna do, guys, is I'll probably end the episode before I actually sell the city. So I'll give you guys a chance to have input if you want to have input. But like, I think here could be good. But is there a civilization hidden up here? I'm not sure. In the upper right, because I'm trying to think. What do I want to cut anything off here? Do I want to make Pompeii and just put it there to troll? Maybe. But like, rather than go, so this would probably be one of the nicer places to put a city, if I'm being honest, and it's pretty close by. The only thing is like, if there's nowhere I'm looking to rush that settlement, I could get a city here and completely lock this down from the north, and then I have here, essentially all locked down. No one's gonna be able to sell that. Very defensive. My entire northern section will be covered. And then here, what I think I want to do is I think I want to get a city here and a city like here in this room. I think I want to claim down here. I think that's what eventually I'm gonna end up doing. I'm gonna be founding it somewhere like in this sphere. I think at least to start. Choose production. Just completed the settler. What do we want to build next? Do we want to get... Is there any reason to build a slinger, really? Like, we're not going to use, I feel like, the slingers to do early unit conquest. They don't really provide, in my opinion, that much of a benefit. I might want to do the wonders. Wait, can I not do the wonder? I think I have to wait for the... to finish the... Wait. How do I get to science again? Alright, so in 2 turns, I can start on the... I think it's the Hanging Gardens. I think I wanted to do the Hanging Gardens, if I remember right. That was what I was trying to prioritize. I remember I chose my scientific research with that partly in mind. Since we've gotten our second settler, I think what we'll do is... Do I want another scout? It would take 3 turns to get a scout or a warrior here. You know, I think I want the warrior. I'm getting the warrior. It'll take 3 turns. Then we can start on the gardens after that. And then after that, maybe we'll do another settler. I don't think I want to do the brickyard now. Let's do the warrior. Wait, did my unit... What? I lost the warrior. I didn't even know that would happen. Okay, well, I'm not going to save scum, guys. How did that happen? I thought that we had an advantage. Did we get hit by another one? Okay, well, let's move our warrior back into our territory here and kill them. I guess that's even more reason for us to construct another warrior. Dang it. Well, we kind of ended up net neutral here because we luckily had our scout be able to find a goody hut or village or whatever. Do I want to heal? I think I want to heal here. And I'll decide where I want to go with the settler at the start of next episode. Guys, this is Civ 7. I think overall we're doing fine. We're 25 turns in. We did about 5 turns here. So I'm pretty slow. Sometimes I'll go faster some days, but I like talking through things. And I like talking about other random things going on in the world or just my thoughts on things. So it's kind of like a game, but also kind of just part podcast, life talk, whatever. So thank you. If you are watching this, I appreciate it. I always appreciate people if they're giving me any of their time and attention. Don't want to take that for granted. So thank you. And we will have more up on the channel soon for Civ 7 as well as many other games and just random other videos, sports videos, geese,